I'm Brennan Overton.
And I'm Anjanae Woodson, and this is LBTV News. It's the middle of January, but it's never too early to get ready for the upcoming spring and football seasons. Last week, the Lynx Athletic Department introduced the new head football coach to the school. Reporters Raven LaFleur and Shaq Shanks were able to speak with him about his goals and plans for the upcoming season.
Last Friday, Lindenwood Belleville University welcomed their new head football coach, Kevin Torco.
At one point, we're going to have to decide that we don't want to be average anymore. There's going to have to come a point in time where we say we just don't want to be average anymore.
I think our program is heading in a good direction. Last year we didn't have the season that we wanted, and we brought in a new coach.
They've always had a reputation.
When things aren't working, the best thing to do is maybe try something else and change. So we're looking forward to that.
We just want to be the best that we can be, and I'm going to meet with this team on Monday. I'm going to lay out the plan and how we're going to do it. It's not just lip service. I've got a plan, and then we'll start working from there, semester to semester.
Classes have begun, books are beginning to be bought, and students are starting to get back into the swing of things here on campus. Anjanae Woodson and Ashley Brandmeier got a chance to speak with some of our students here on campus about how they're adjusting to the new spring schedules.
Christmas break is over, and students are getting back in the groove of things. With classes, homework, and grades on their minds, it's no wonder the adjustments are taking some time. How do you feel being back at school?
It's good getting back in the rhythm, getting back into classes. We hired a new football coach for the football program, so that's been going well so far. So just trying to get back into the rhythm of being in school and being in class and having to do homework. It's been quite a process, but it's been pretty good so far.
We had basketball for most of it, but I did go home. I'm from Oregon, so I went home for a little bit, and that was fun. A lot of snow in Oregon, but yeah.
With some classes starting at 8 a.m., one of the major adjustments for many students is trying to maintain a good sleep schedule. How are you adjusting being back to school after the break?
I'm doing pretty well. It's kind of hard to come back from sleeping all day to getting up early for classes, but it's going great so far.
It's kind of hard waking up in the morning again, but it's not too bad. I'm glad to be back so we can get it over with.
And what's your favorite part about being back at school?
The Starbucks. I love the Starbucks. Got my morning coffee, go to class, and I have a great day to start my day off with.
For LBTV News, I'm Anjanae Woodson.
Well, Anjanae, it looks like the students are starting to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, we're starting to see where spring schedules are going. Everyone's starting to get their sleep patterns together, but other than that, it's all good. Keep it right here. We'll be right back after this short break here on LBTV News.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to LBTV News. Every once in a while, LBTV gets a chance to spotlight one of the many professors here at Lindenwood Belleville. And this week, our Sean Ditch had the opportunity to spotlight history professor Amy Gangloff.
While walking through the halls of the old main building in the newer part of the building, students may recognize a dry erase board with some random facts in this day in history. This board belongs to Amy Gangloff, professor of the history department here at Lindenwood University, who's taught here for about 4 years now.
I have been teaching my own standalone classes for about 20 years, and I've been teaching as a full-time faculty member for about 8 of those years. Favorite time in history is probably the 20th and 21st century. I'm more interested. One of the things I'm very interested in is students often think that history is not related to anything that they do. And I'm more interested in showing them very concretely how history is constantly walking with us. And it's impossible to really get away from the past. And it's impossible really to get away from the limitations and the opportunities that the past presents us. And so you can show that so very directly and clearly by looking at the more contemporary history, why it's still present in looking at medieval history or looking at history in the ancients. It's much more relevant, it's much more tangible by looking at contemporary history, and so that's where I enjoy teaching history the most. Proudest accomplishments. There's no one particular moment that stands out, but there's a lot of little moments that stand out. It's like those moments, those little moments where history kind of infiltrates our lives, and the students can recognize that and just kind of bring a little bit of the class into their day-to-day lives. Those are the moments that I'm most proud of.
For LBTV News, I'm Sean Ditch.
This past weekend, our #1 ranked Lynx men's ice hockey team traveled to Ohio to participate in a Miami showcase. Our Brendan Overton went along for the trip and has the story.
We're here in the Miami showcase in Ohio. This brings in 6 of the top teams in the country. We're probably going to see these teams all at nationals. So this is a big weekend of hockey for us. Yeah, I think it's justification. I mean, we know where we stand. We know how good we are. So I think we feel pretty good where we are. I mean, our guys, I think we thrive on that desire, but I think the guys are very competitive, and they love the fact that they're playing good teams, that they have to play their best to win. Well, I watch the kids come through the halls, and they're just, their mouths are wide open, and they're like, wow, this is awesome. So it's great to be able to give the guys a showcase at a facility like this. But in the same time, once a puck's dropped, it's quite often one rink is the same as the other.
Weber, he'll work it ahead. Back to Hebert. They score! Lindenwood ties the game at 1 on the power play.
So, Brendan, I had a little bit of confusion. I thought the story meant Miami, Florida, not Miami, Ohio.
Not a lot of people know about the Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. But really good hockey team, though.
I mean, and now we know, so. I'm Anjanae Whitson.
And I'm Brendan Overton. Join us next week on LBTV News.